Changsha. Not too many have left at all.
And the first guard name, the man we've been talking about, Jason Castro, at the shooting guard spot. Who else but Guo Ailun? And wouldn't that be a damaging backcourt with Castro and Guo on the same team? And at the small forward position, Samad Nikhil Baharami, he was so good in the medal rounds. He carried Iran to victory today with 33 points. There's the hero of this tournament, Yi Jianlian. And what about this fella at just 19 years of age? He was unstoppable tonight. Zhou Qi, I think he will be receiving some more of these awards over his career. That's an impressive quintet of stars here from Asian basketball.
And 3 from the hosts. It says it all, really. About to be presented with their awards. We've talked so much about Zhou Qi. What an honour for him to put in such a big performance in the final, and then to be in the team of the tournament as well, at the age of just 19.
You can't help but feel that that position was Andre Blatcher's coming into this final, but Zhou Qi was so dominant today that he has more than earned that position.
He's been there and done it before. Zhou Qi is doing it for the first time.
Picture time, please.
And he's averaged close to double figures, Zhou Qi, and only been playing 16.5 minutes a game.
A
few in that lineup more happy. Jason Castro right now, he'll be feeling bitterly disappointed despite the individual awards.
And no surprise, the MVP, Yi Jianlian, he was a dominant force. He did it at both ends, as we said, and he was the man who led this young team. He gave them the gusto to play the way they did, and he's more than earned this award.
11 points, 15 boards, a couple of block shots in the final for Yi Jianlian. After 13 points, 8 boards and 4 huge blocks in the semi-final against the defending champions Iran, and averaging over 17 points per game, around 8 rebounds a game. The MVP of the 2015 FIBA Asia Championships, Yi Jianlian.
And some redemption for him, because in 2013 in Manila, he was asked to carry the team. He came up short in some of the big games. Now this tournament, he has delivered just when it was needed, and he's delivered in spades.
The Philippines back out on court. We're going to see Iran, we're going to see China.
Wait for the reception for China as they come out.
They'll be enjoying themselves tonight, that's for sure. Tough for the Philippines again, back-to-back defeats on home soil in Manila in 2013 and now here in Changsha in 2015. And Iran come out to accept bronze. For them, really, it was a case of only gold was good enough.
That's right. The man we should mention for China is Coach Gong Luming. He's coached China at Olympic Games already. He played at Olympic Games. And after a string of foreign coaches, he's stepped back in, and now he's led China to the Rio Olympics next year. And he's instilled such confidence in this young team, and he always has such a calm demeanor on the sidelines.
Team medals about to be presented in turn to each of the top 3 nations at these championships. And all in all, I think it has been a hugely successful, hugely well-run, hugely entertaining 2 weeks of basketball here in Changsha.
Well, it's been unpredictable. So often we talked about the first day Palestine beat the Philippines. We see the performance of Japan getting to the top 4, Qatar with their overtime victories. But China have been the story. And the story is also Iran. They were defending champs. They lost to the Philippines. They lost to China. but fittingly they claimed the bronze medal in a thrilling win over Japan.
Around many people's pick to take the gold here in Changsha as well. Having won 3 of the previous 4 Asia Championships, the defending champions having beaten the Philippines in Manila 2 years ago, and beaten here in Changsha by both the Philippines and China. They just came up short against the big nations.
Well, it was a triumph of youth over experience last night in the semi-final. It was probably the most intense, the most hardly fought contest, but China just suffocated them. In the final term, Iran got back within 6, and we thought, is this where the experienced heads take over? The jump shots were starting to get a little tight for China, but they just locked down and they showed that they deserve to be gold medalists.
It was a huge part of the growing experience for China. We wondered if it would be a case of the wily old team getting the job done down the stretch. It wasn't to be.
And we see Nikal Baharami shaking hands with the Chinese player just on the edge of your screen there. I guess the question is, 5 of these guys for Iran have played together in 5 FIBA Asia Championships. They now have a bronze to go with 3 gold. Will we see them again in 2017, or does the rebuild start again for Iran?
You know what we see, Haddadi instantly removing the bronze medal, doesn't want it hanging around his neck. They came in gunning for gold, they leave with bronze and have to bounce back strong now.
But the truth was, they couldn't beat the top 2 teams. They're in their rightful place in 3rd. And turn our attention to the Philippines. Yeah, the questions were about their fitness. They had an interrupted build-up coming in. The first day against Palestine, those questions only got louder, but they got better and better as the tournament went on. Players like Pingris and Romeo and Diacampo stepped up. Ontiveros became a sharpshooter for them. And they weren't the classical basketball team, but gee, they had some individual brilliance and they were always exciting to watch. And I guess it's a measure of China's quality that they were able to lock down that brilliance tonight.
No doubt one of the most fun teams to watch here at the Asia Championships. At times one of the most erratic. You never quite knew what you were going to get. And that was part of the fun in watching them. Just when we thought they were going to fall short, they came to the second round and beat the defending champions, put in a huge performance, couldn't quite repeat those heroics against the host China tonight. Andre Blanche has been one of the stories here. A shake of the head from him. Back-to-back disappointments in the final for the Philippines.
It must be hard for them to take, but upon reflection in a few days' time, I'm sure they'll look back and think, 2 silver medals in a row, both times ahead of one of the powers, last time ahead of China, this time beating out Iran. And they are a growing basketball nation. They had a long time away from international basketball. And it's just now the Manila experience and the World Cup last year in Spain where they were so exciting to watch. It's galvanized their country behind their basketball team, and where the professional league there not so long ago ruled the roost. Now it's the Gilas, as they're known, who are the centerpiece of basketball on a basketball-mad island.
See Asi Taulava, the 42-year-old center, kissing the silver medal. May just be his last, but you never know with him. He could go on. And he hasn't played in any of the last 3 games. And for a player who averaged 10 points plus a game in this tournament back in 2007, he was an old player then, 8 years ago, at the age of 34. Here he is at 42. And making a big effort when he found his way onto the court for a few minutes. And maybe for those players in those twilight years, the silver means a lot more.
Yeah, when you get to the end of your career, you understand more and more how much these achievements mean. And we'll turn our attention to China now. They're all holding hands. They're ready to burst up onto the podium together. They started preparing for this tournament in March. They traveled through Europe playing tough games. They went back into camp here. It was an inexperienced team, it was an unproven team, but it's the best team in Asia. And gee, didn't they do it playing some impressive basketball.
The most successful nation in the competition's history. most successful nation in continental basketball in Asia. They dominated from 1975 to 2005, 14 golds in the space of 16 tournaments. They've only won one of the last four before this one, gold in 2011. Had to settle for silver in 2009, but here they are, back on the top of the podium, champions again for a 16th time.
And there's a man we'll see, he'll be at the right of your screen, Yu Wei, the 35-year-old who came out of international retirement to play. He teamed up with Yi many times previously. He was brought back as the experienced head. He wasn't needed in the end because the youngsters Guo Ai-lun and Zhao Ji-wei were so good at the point guard position, but right now here is Yu Wei receiving his medal. Will it be the last time we see him on the international stage? Or will he still be around as an experienced head next year in Rio?
Who would want to miss that? This is a team that can certainly do some damage at the Olympics. And apart from the gold medal and the trophy, that is the huge prize. A place at Rio 2016. The Philippines and Iran will both go into the Olympic qualifying tournament and hope to get there via a different route. But China have booked their place at the Olympic Games next year. They've done it in style, unbeaten, 9-0, and with real character and fighting spirit.
有请亚洲篮联会长萨乌德亲王为冠军获奖会颁发冠军奖杯。
The individual medals presented, and next up, it's the trophy.
To present the champion cup.
A fifth place finish in 2013 in the Philippines for China. They have jumped all the way up to first. And a young team that can only get better and better. Once again here, they are the champions of Asia for a 16th time. And all the more sweet that it's happened on home soil.
They're the champions once again. They're off to their 8th straight Olympic Games. They are the powerhouse of Asia, and they've proved it time and time again. And this one particularly sweet for the man with the trophy at the moment, as the supporters enjoy their moment in the limelight as well. They're taking turns to kiss the trophy. They've worked for this since March. And then they hand the trophy back to Yi, their leader. And now we'll hear the national anthem of China for one more time in this tournament.
From a 5th place finish in 2013 to a fairy tale finish in 2015. And they will certainly enjoy tonight.
They celebrate as the Philippines walk off the court. And you see the capital, you see the mascot there, the chili, which is the plant of the area here, Hunan province, which Changsha resides in. And there's a lot of spice about the way that China played their basketball here. And all that's left to do is take the photos. The sign says it all. China, the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship winners.
Take the photos and take the plaudits and enjoy the evening and the week going ahead. The trophy high aloft from Yi Jianlian.
Big smile on his face. He has such a stoic face so often, but the relief is obvious. And he's carried the weight of his country ever since Yao Ming retired after the 2008 Olympics. But finally in this tournament, he had some help. He had a whole team of helpers who played hard. They played fast, furious and physical, and allowed Yi just to be the cherry on top of the sundae. And he played that role to perfection.
Since the retirement of Yao Ming, the most exciting era in Chinese basketball. And with all of these young stars, they can certainly go far.
And Yi he's only 27 years of age. He went to the NBA, he made his debut in international basketball at 16 as Gong Lu Ming hoists the trophy high as well. He feels like he's been around for an age, Yi Jianlian, but at 27 he can play next year. In 2016 he can play in the 2019 World Cup, which will be here in China, and then possibly on to the Tokyo Olympics beyond that. It will have been a storied career by then, and with this young talent on his team, who knows, maybe they'll give the podium a nudge in international basketball.
It's been a pleasure having your company here at the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship. China, the 16-time continental champions, will leave you with the pictures of their celebrations.